Speaking of people that are in trouble with the law, my old friend, my old pal, Harold the jewelry buyer.
Oh, Harold.
Do you want to hear? Okay, I'll play a bit of this this sketch I got
When
here.
you got tied up.
So Harold the jewelry buyer, if you guys don't know, there's all these, every city has all these jewelry buyers, right? And they are the lowest of the low. Yeah. So what they do is they essentially, you come in and you go, I owe some gambling debts. I owe $500 to my Visa payment. Can I trade in this $12,000 family heirloom that's been passed down from generation to generation? And he goes, yes, $7.
But they're not pawn shops.
They're just get it back.
No, they're not pawn shops where they're straight.
And he goes like this. You give them your gold. You go, it's their gold ring, and they go, I mean, yeah, we can give it a shot. Like they act like it's a hunk of trash, right?
Yeah.
And then he goes to the back room and he calls his partner and he's like, "We're rich." You know what I mean?
Oh, he's rich already.
We got a sucker. So then,
I mean, he went from jewelry buyer. I mean, this is what you're talking about, but he got into like the mortgage game.
Well, exactly. So basically, that wasn't making enough money for him, right? He was just like, it's never enough. So he got into the mafia style 25% mortgages for people with no credit, right? Where they come and break your kneecaps if you don't pay, essentially.
Well, they just secure it against your house. They go, don't pay, we'll just take your house. That's fine.
Right. So Harold the jewelry buyer is being sued. And okay, I want to tell people, I had an old TV show that Danny helped write on too, and it was called Crown the Town with Ryan Long. And we went to do an interview with him about gold, right? And it was the day that we did the interview, the day before, he had been held at gunpoint and beat up for his gold.
Yeah.
By some people that had a beef with him because he, probably stole their grandmother's jewelry.
They might have had a beef with him. They might have just been like, we're going to rob the gold guy.
Beef with him. A long-standing beef that Danny refuses to admit because he's one of his people.
It's one of my peeps.
But we show up to do this interview. He's got this big black eye, and we're still doing the interview. He's like, yeah, it's just cost of doing business right there. Yeah. So nothing. And I had a pretty funny thing, right? So I interviewed him about getting his, I'll just show like a 45-second clip because I watched it this morning and it was making me laugh. But basically the bit was, I asked him what he was going to do, and then I just listed off a bunch of wrestling moves that I would do. But we'll play this little clip of it's a Ryan Long throwback to Crown the Town. So I go, you just got beat up, what did you do to them or whatever?
Someone broke in here. Could you tell us about that?
Well, he pulled a gun and he banged me in the head with the butt.
What did you do to him at that point?
Nothing. I was stunned.
Let me just tell you what I would have done. First, I would have stone cold stunnered him. I would have followed that by the Mankind Socko. I would have probably started to tombstone him. I would have then power bombed him. Probably followed that up with a choke slam. Maybe once he got up, I'd fold the arms around, pedigree. Obviously, at that point, sharpshooter. Then I would jump off the top rungs, do the Rikishi butt rub into his face, and I think I would seal the deal with sweet chin music.
Well,
Shawn Michaels style.
Maybe you want to work here as a security guard.
When you make a good deal, do you ever get the urge to do? Woo! Woo!
We had a lot of good ones. Then after that, he was like, I think it's on my channel if you want to search Ryan Long here, the jewelry buyer. But he goes, then he was like, well, and they broke the light or something, but the ceilings. And I noticed you have low ceilings here. I assume that's because of the Owen Hart incident. And then at one point he goes, oh, so I see that you're trying to make this about wrestling or something.
What did he think it was going to be about? He just goes, this is all publicity is good publicity, Harold.
Oh, he doesn't give a shit, dude. So Harold, the jewelry buyer, he is sued over allegations he took advantage of a mentally ill woman in real estate agent deals. So basically this girl's...
mentally ill? What, is she a liberal?
Oh, in the scope. This girl's dad died and she inherited 3 houses, and he slid in there faster than he can fucking blink, right? He's at the funeral
Yeah, he's an ambulance chaser, basically.
He's an ambulance chaser. He's basically, he probably has a guy at the will office that lets him know.
Yeah,
you know
the title office being like, There was a dude in Harlem, same thing. It was crazy. It was in the New York Post. This guy up in Harlem, this woman owned 2 brownstones, like they're worth like combined $4 million. And she had like mental illness things, and then he tricked her into like selling them to her for like $2,000, and then she's like homeless now.
Oh my god!
And this guy owns fucking these like 2 giant homes.
Well, yeah, he had this whole scam that he told her. He goes, "Oh, you know what'll happen? You sell me this house, I'll buy it, and then I'll sell it double the price in a while, and that'll help me give you some money to get your kickstart your other ones or something like that, right?" So he had this whole big scam, and then the mother got involved. She basically went back to her mother and be like, "Oh, I made this great deal. Sold her one of the homes for $400,000. She's like, that's worth $1 million.
Yeah, what?
And then Harold's like, what? If she didn't want to take the deal, she didn't want to take the deal. And then the mom's like, she's retarded.
He's like, we'll leave that up to the courts to decide.
So basically, yeah, he's got to go. These guys have the biggest racket ever, right? If she's so retarded, then he's got to basically prove that she's not retarded.
Well, it says here
right?
she called him.
Yeah.
And he goes, I'll give you this much. And then she goes, okay.
No. You're missing out key details where
I refuse to subscribe to the Toronto Star, so I can't read the whole article.
He's messaging her, and he was saying that he's messaging her a baby doll and text messages and stuff like that. Like he buttered her up.
Oh, he's buttered her up.
So that's what he's saying. He's like, baby doll.
Listen up, baby doll.
Yeah, it says he's calling her baby doll, and he concocted a scheme that would,
the mom looks at her phone. She goes, "Who's Big Dick Harold? Who is Big Dick Harold?" Horsecock Harold.
Yeah, Horsecock Harold. So, anyways, yeah, she's in court doing this whole thing, which is fucking killing me. He basically he's basically scamming
his life must be just
my old pal Harold.
Lawsuits, and this must
it's nonstop, right? Just shady
But I
business.
bet he actually, if I could guess, someone like him would probably do everything really to the letter. In terms of,
he knows what he's doing.
Like, so he'll just go to court and be like, "Here's everything." And
who do you think are bigger scammers than the gold buyers and high value?
I mean, there's
crypto scheme guys.
No. The number one.
This
scammers,
is up there.
The
right?
number one scammers that exist, and these are not people. They're generally actual like corporations. I don't even know if the legalities change with the check cashing places, like the payday loans.
Those are the biggest scams. You're basically paying a 10% tax on getting your own money.
10%. Fuck, dude. These payday loan places are like, if you. They changed them in Canada. I don't know what they're like in America, but like for a while, you were straight up paying like 60% interest for like a 1 month loan. It was super illegal, but it came under some weird gray area. So people would straight up get a payday loan and then end up, having to pay back like 1.5 times what they borrowed a month later. Which are like, that's like literally loan sharking.
That is the scum of the earth. I mean, giving someone a fucking 70% fucking mortgage is basically loan sharking as well.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, for sure. I don't know. If you take a 70% mortgage, then you're a fucking idiot. But.
Well, she is. And I mean, whatever.
Well, she didn't take a mortgage.
You can definitely say the
players.
game's the game and whatever. And like, you could say it's legal, but like, these guys are fucking dirt balls.
For sure. I mean, the guy advertises like, first off, he started as a gold buyer, and then he's like, you know what else? I can buy homes.
Exactly.
And then it's like, you need a mortgage?
Yeah. Well, he's just got a bunch of money sitting there, and he's like, I know how to get 25% on this money.
Yeah. That's true.
Loan it to suckers. Where else could you get those kind of returns?
Nowhere.
Thank you for watching that clip, supporting the channel. If you like The Boyscast, there's a new episode every week at patreon.com/TheBoyscast.
That's patreon.com/TheBoyscast.